Well, I'm here in the wonderful wine district of Penedès in the south of Catalonia with an old friend. I was fortunate to meet maybe 30 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, since then we done a lot of fun things together. Skiing around the world, hiking in the jungle of Costa Rica. And we done other things.
Barcelona several times.
Stockholm, and skiing. We done skiing, and what else? I got some notes here. Yeah, we're rafting Grand Canyon.
That's right, the Grand Canyon trip. That was a fun trip.
That was fun. My friend is Rick Linnehan. Rick is a NASA astronaut with four space shuttle missions under his belt and numerous spacewalks, so-called EVAs. Well, Rick, by training you're a veterinarian.
Yes, yeah.
And so my first question is, how do you end up with NASA and as an astronaut?
It's a common question I get as a veterinarian, since I'm the only one NASA has. But in the U.S., for astronaut selection, they send out a general notice throughout the country. And they're looking for people with advanced degrees. And it could be in technical or biological areas, life sciences or engineering or something like that. And there were two types of astronauts during the shuttle program. There still are, actually, but they were hiring pilots and they were hiring mission specialists. And I'm a mission specialist. So the pilots are the, top 1%, cream of the crop from the Army, from actually the Marine Corps, the Navy. And the mission specialists could be military people, or they could be people with backgrounds like I just referred to in the sciences, geology, physics, astronomy, medicine, veterinary medicine. And at the time that I applied back in the early 90s, when we were thinking about building the space station, it hadn't begun yet, there was a lot of theorization, if that's a word, about flying animals, primates, rodents, fish, lots of different animals to do experimentation on. And usually most of the experimentation was done on large primates, us, which I always make jokes about. On my first mission, second mission too, we had 4 big primates that we performed most of all the experiments on, and that was us. We experimented mostly on the human primate, and we had animals along for the ride, rodents. And to backtrack to what I was saying about the initial selection, most of that never came true in terms of, the ideas that we were going to do in the space station. But at the time, they knew that they needed a veterinarian because they didn't have anybody to take care of the animals. And so I was lucky enough when I applied to be just in the right time frame where I did well in the interview process. I had military experience with marine mammals and transports, lots of flight time, and I think that looked good to the NASA board. So they accepted me in 1992. And I've flown 4 shuttle missions, 2 of which were life sciences missions. And then the last 2, I was lucky. I did well in spacewalking, EVA training. And so they let me go to the Hubble Space Telescope and they let me go to the International Space Station. And I did EVAs on both to help service the Hubble Space Telescope and then help build the International Space Station. Lots of fun.